Oh, hey there. Hey everybody. I wanted to show a new feature we launched recently. I'm in my cool vest because it's chilly out here in California. This December. December weather is brutal right now. I'm also about 6'2" today with the hair I see. Anywho, yeah, I just wanted to show off this feature real quick. I'm also going to include an interactive demo to it. But one of the things that is hard in the ops and platform space, and I feel like if you run a platform or you've worked in ops, you've probably lived this before. But you've got your Terraform modules, your Helm charts, etc., right? And you're shipping updates, security fixes, maybe some compliance changes, better defaults, whatever. But most of your developers, they kind of get your modules, they deploy the thing that they wanted. I want Postgres or whatever, I got it, and they don't think about your Terraform modules ever again. It's just it's the last thing on their mind. They got so much other stuff to do, right? And so, look, sorry, I'm doing the Zac Efrons here, but we're shipping new things in these Terraform modules, right? And they might not need it because they're running Postgres 15 and they're not thinking about the Terraform module anymore. But you might have the FinOps team putting on some new cost tags, or maybe we want to add some budget requirements and alarms to all of our stuff, right? Or maybe the security and compliance team wants to add some tags or tooling or scanning, and it's just this is stuff the business needs, right? It's the shared responsibility model of all the DevOps things that we're doing, but it's so hard to get developers to upgrade these modules. It's hard to even figure out who's using them, right? Hey, who's using this DynamoDB module? I don't know. I have to kind of grep across every single Git repo. And so when you find these people and you ping them, you're hey, can you just swap this for me real quick? The answer is usually I'm in the middle of 1,000 other things. No, right? And so what I want to show you today is how Massdriver handles versioning. And so we released this couple of features over the past couple of weeks around versioning. So the one I want to show today is our release strategies and release channels. And so you can see right here, first off, as a developer, I'm kind of looking at let me just get this on the screen. I think the whole thing isn't on there for y'all. There we go. I'm not going to edit this. We're just going to ship it as is. Why not? It's fun. Anyways, this is a developer's little architecture that they've built. It's a Helm chart that's running on a Kubernetes cluster. They've got some Lambda stuff in there, some S3 buckets, yada, yada, yada. But, as a developer, it's I'm not really thinking about my Terraform all the time, right? And so you can see in this example, I'm running 0.33 of this model. 0.34 is available, which is pretty cool. So that's one of the things that Massdriver does is it lets somebody know that there's a new version available, which is great. I can see that I can upgrade to this version. I want to do that. So I'm going to pop over here. You can see that I got this 0.34 available, and I could grab that version maybe if I wanted to, or I could maybe do something grab a release channel. And so what's cool about the release channels is I can set this, and what's going to happen is as a developer, I don't have to think about it anymore. I can just be hey, I trust my ops team. I'm on the 0.3. I want new features as they come. I don't want anything to break, so I don't want to jump to the 1.0. And now as my ops team publishes stuff, let's go ahead and make maybe a 0.35 of this. Mass bundle publish. Boom. And so now from the operator side, as I'm working on this module and I make a new release, what will happen is as it hits the registry, you can see over here in Massdriver, you can see that it automatically upgraded to the 0.5. I can hop over here and I can watch my provisioning logs from Terraform and Chekhov and all that jazz start to run. But what's cool about this is from the operations side, if I'm following Simver and I'm publishing releases with new features, etc., and I publish it to the registry, Massdriver is going to run this plan and scan on every single version of this that gets shipped. You can see here it dropped this little URL, right? So for this developer, this is great. They don't have to think about it. If this works, if it passes the plans, passes all the scans, Massdriver will upgrade it. If a plan or a scan fails, Chekhov fails, the plan introduces changes, whatever, Massdriver will halt the rollout, and it'll show them that same little notification we started with, which is hey, you're behind a version. Now what's cool on the other side is, from the ops point of view, it drops this URL, which is a URL in our registry that goes out to this very specific instance of this module. So I can actually see right now, there's two different versions that are rolling out. So there's two different environments that had this version pinned, which is cool. I can see who it's rolling out on. Uh-oh, in this production environment, I just had an issue, and it stopped the rollout there. You can see in this staging environment, there was no issue. It did the full upgrade. That's pretty rad. I can also pop over here and just say, hey, you know what? I want to see all versions, and I can actually see from the point of view of like this DynamoDB module every single place where it's being used and what state it's in, right? And so you can cut like 80 to 90% of your module maintenance, the day 2 of upgrading stuff, by just leaning into basic Semver principles and shipping software. Everything that can upgrade safely gets upgraded. Everything else that can't, I think if I pop over here and look at this one, we're probably going to see a checkoff failure. Boom, there we go. This one halted because it would have put the instance in a non-compliant state for a production environment. That's where we want to be, right? So all the other environments that were able to upgrade automatically upgraded. The developer would have gotten a notification on this that their version fell behind. As an ops person, I can even hop right over there, see any issues that are cropping up, and maybe proactively reach out to the developer to figure out like how we can upgrade that module. So anyways, that's our release channels. I think they're pretty cool. I think you probably think they're pretty cool now if you've sat around this long, so you should go down into the comments and click on that link and play around with the thing. Let me know what you think. I don't know how to stop this thing from recording. Oh, it's over here.